Hi everyone, this is Bic Benedict. This is the 24th part of my video guide for The Last of Us on Survivor mode. And this is the underground tunnel that a lot of people will probably need help with, so I'm glad to be able to assist. Although if you've already played this on hard mode, you're aware of it, and you've probably planned accordingly. There is a checkpoint that exists somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where it is because I never died here on Survivor mode. I died a lot on hard mode. It's just that I can't remember exactly where it was since my hard mode campaign was several weeks ago. What I didn't realize when I first played this on hard mode was that this first part is completely skippable. So we have a fairly large grouping of clickers in the main area to the left, and you have to walk very, very slowly up here or you will alert everyone. And again, that leads me back to thinking that there should be a perk where you can move this slowly while moving the left analog stick completely up, so it's not such a burden on the player. I mean, there's a perk for using the shivs and saving yourself from a clicker battle. Why can't you just move the left analog stick all the way up with another purchase or something like that? So this guy goes down pretty hard, but he doesn't make a sound, so he's all good. The main issue is the bloater, and I thought there were two bloaters in this, but I think I only got one. I may have got two. I can't remember because I did this several days ago. I've read comments and people saying they got zero bloaters over here, so you know that's just a problem with the game. But at that point, it probably wouldn't be a problem. It'd be a blessing for people if they're struggling on this. So from this point, you want to go over to the right, and I think this is where the checkpoint area is. The only thing that I can think of here that might cause people problems is if you don't have any arrows to deal with the runners inside. Here's some nice flamethrower ammo for you. So I think the only way you could deal with these guys inside, silently, is to do either silent takedowns or shoot them with arrows. I think there's 3 of them in here too. So I never experimented with doing the silent takedowns. I think it would probably work, although my only reservation with that is that they're so close together that they might, bump into one another. So I don't know about that in particular, but I think I have 3 arrows over here, so it was enough to deal with these guys. And to be honest, I think I ended up alerting somebody. But the thing is, I don't believe that the clickers will run into this area, even if you make noise over here. So there's one guy down, and I have 2 arrows left, and that would ordinarily let me kill these 2 guys, but I think I either missed or, let's see, I don't know what happened there. It looked like I hit him, but what might have happened there was I might have just missed, and then they heard something, but they didn't alert the whole grouping of enemies. So I think as long as you get over here, you're fine, even if you make noise, because these guys have obviously aggroed and they're moving around looking for something. But when I played this on hard mode, I had to use everything, and I do use a lot of things over here, but it's really desirable over here to excuse me. Do I get this guy out? No, I missed again, and I'm making a bunch of noise over here. But the thing is, I think this is a confined space over here. So even if you're making noise over here, and see Ellie's shooting people too, and those clickers aren't even doing anything. So I think we're out of the hearing range of them. See, I was even looking back over there to make sure no one was going to come over here, and hell, no one did. So I was fine, and you probably will be fine too. I think we passed the main clicker area. See, the clickers are right over there. They didn't even hear anything. And I was wondering, that's why I was looking out there. I'm like, why aren't these guys charging me? And that's the reason. So you don't have to fight those guys. See, there's the bus in the middle of the area. Now we're going to go out here and deal with the bloater. Now the bloaters are, I don't think you could bypass them via stealth. So what I like to do is to use a nail bomb over here, because the bloaters are going to chase me. So what I like to do is put a nail bomb like right over in this area, so that when they go up the stairs, they'll run into the nail bomb. But if there's any runners, they might run into the nail bomb first. So that's why I use Molotov cocktails for backup, because you really won't need nail bombs or Molotovs in the next section. You mainly just need ammo. But even if you don't have much ammo, you can use stealth to your best advantage. So what do I do here? Do I throw a Molotov? And I don't think if you throw the Molotov, I don't think even if you throw it in the water, it's not going to ruin the Molotov. So I'm going to put a nail bomb down right here. And anyone who comes up here is going to get... See that guy? I don't know if the nail bomb went off yet, but the pollen spores are being thrown at me from that clicker. So it looks like somebody set the nail bomb off, because I remember trying to go pick it up and see if anyone had, if it didn't get detonated, but it had. So here's some clickers. Just use the flamethrower. Look how powerful this thing is with the power upgrade. You barely even have to use the trigger. It just burns them up so quickly. Yeah, there's 2 bloaters. My mistake. There's always 2 bloaters, unless for some reason you don't get any bloaters. If that did happen to me, I would have restarted it to where I got them. Just because I wanted to help people with this section. So these guys have a ton of HP, but you can almost annihilate all of that HP by throwing those Molotovs. See? This guy is almost dead. You got a little close for comfort over here, and I was running out of bullets, of course. But Ellie's helping out, and just a couple more bullets. See? It's all good. And if I had run out, what I should have done if I had gotten backed into a wall, just bust out that flamethrower. He would have went down in a couple seconds. Because look at all this ammo that they give you. The bloaters drop ammo like crazy, because the game realizes that you have to expend a lot of ammo to deal with them. So that's the only fight in this game, or excuse me, in this level. And over here I was just looking for stuff, trying to see if my nail bomb was still, not detonated, but of course it had. And coming up is a section that I have a lot of issues with, because it frustrated the hell out of me when I was playing it on hard mode, and this time around it gave me no issues, only because I knew exactly what was going on. So anyway, if anyone has ever played like the Zelda games, Ocarina of Time, and any of those games beyond that game, you can't jump in those Zelda games, but what you can do is you auto jump, and you don't even do it yourself. The game jumps for you over gaps. And I've never agreed with it. I've always been the type of person that, like in Uncharted or God of War or Ninja Gaiden, if I want to jump, I want to be able to press the fucking jump button and jump. I hate games where you can't jump. And one of the most stupid areas where you can't jump in a game is Heavenly Sword. It's a game just like God of War, but you can't even jump. It's so ridiculous. It's like, why am I grounded here? Why can't I jump? And the next section, I think it auto jumps for you, but there's one part where there's a large gap and you can't do the auto jump. It's not going to auto jump for you. So what you have to do is, from a run, you press the X button, and the game wants you to intuit that you're supposed to do that. And there's only been one other area in the game, in the museum, where we've had to do that. But it was kind of...
We're good.
It wasn't... yeah, I would say it was pretty obvious that you were supposed to jump there. But there's no jump button in this game. There's no dedicated button to jump. So when I first played this on hard mode, I was trying to cross that gap, and I fell because I thought that it was... you would have to go around it or something. I had no idea that you could jump over, do an auto jump. But because what happens is the game is auto jumping over for you for ledges, and I assume that when I got to this area where it was, it looked impassable, I thought that since the game wasn't auto jumping for me, that I had to do something else, like go around or find another way over to the area without jumping, because you cannot jump in this game. There's no jump button. So when I got over there, I fell off, and I was swimming in the bottom area where the bus is, and we'll see it shortly. And I got so frustrated, and I had to look on the IGN guide about how to do it, and it says you have to jump over it, but there's no jump. You can't jump in this game. So I restarted from the checkpoint, and it places you right at that jump, right? But the problem there is Ellie is right there to cock block you the whole time, so you can't even do it. It's so hard to do that auto jump around her because she's standing right in the fucking way. And I know it seems like a small gripe and something that, you know, only someone would just whine about. But when it was frustrating me for like 20 minutes, and I'm expected to intuit that I'm supposed to do that.
You okay?
When there's no other parts in this game where you do that. So it's just it was maddening for me then, and then I hated it. And it's coming up right over here. There's also a shiv door over here that you can't open because we need a full shiv. And that once again, I don't think you can open all the shiv doors in this game. I honestly don't think so. Not with the resources, not with the scant resources that they give you. They don't give you enough stuff. See, the door over here is teasing me, and I would love to be able to open these doors, but it requires a full shiv. I don't know, you guys. I don't even know what that means. I have a shiv. What does a full one mean?
Hey, look. There it is.
But maybe I don't have a full shiv. I mean, obviously I don't have a full shiv, because if I had one, that it wouldn't say that. It would just let me open the door if I wanted to. But anyway, when you're playing the Zelda games, it doesn't even let you jump. You go over to a gap, and when you're moving the analog stick, it'll just jump for you. And I've always thought that was like the stupidest, most... God, just let the player fucking jump in a game. You know? Why do I have to have the game jump for me? What's next? Is the game gonna just hit for me? You know? And again, it is small potatoes and, you know, griping about stupid stuff, but when it's hindering me for like 20 minutes and I'm having to go on the IGN, first I had to look at the IGN video, and the video, obviously there's no commentary, there's nothing on that to tell me how to do it. So I had to look in their walkthrough, and it says jump over the gap, and I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck? There's no jump button in this fucking game. Give me a break. You can jump in Uncharted, but you cannot jump in this game. It just pisses me off to no end. Because what they do in this mode, without even telling you that they do it, is they don't put the QuickTime buttons on here for you. They take them off to make the game quote-unquote harder. You know, if you're going to do that to me while I'm playing the game, at least tell me that you're going to do it. They just don't even tell you about it. In Uncharted 3, they tell you, QuickTime buttons will not be shown when you're playing it on crushing mode. And it makes the game really tough, because on the final boss, it's hard. That guy's a son of a bitch. I remember struggling on that guy a lot. And anyway, so here we're waiting for Ellie to kick down a ladder that's just going to fall on us when I'm trying to climb up it. This is gorgeous. This looks really beautiful. Here, we're almost at the hospital, and the next chapter will be the final confrontation. And then that video will be followed by the finale, which will be a very brief chapter, and it's all it is going to be us walking around. So that was kind of funny. I didn't laugh originally when I saw that. I kind of expected it. I don't know, more or less.
I'll figure something out.
So now we're doing one of the final. I guess it would be the final puzzle of the game, if you wouldn't even call these puzzles. But man, I've never liked the auto jump, and that's the reason I've never played those Zelda games, because that's, you know, if I can't jump in a game, fuck you, game. I don't want to play this shit, you know. If it's going to take away my ability to jump in favor of an auto jump, screw that shit. I'm not playing it.
Oh, I see. Good idea.
Now, I know that sounds narrow-minded. I know it is. I know that is. I know that limits me from playing good games, but there's enough good games for me that I don't need to play those other games. So, the same goes for first-person games. I don't play games if it's in first-person view. Okay, so here it's auto-jumping for you, correct? Look, I didn't have to press the up and X button. It was doing this for me. But you see where the yellow part is? That yellow cargo thing right there? It's not going, when you're doing this, it's not going to do it for you. Right over here. So I pressed up. See, he actually does sprint, but I was thinking to myself, since there's no jump button in the game and it's not auto jumping for me, what am I supposed to do? So I was down in those rapids down there, like an idiot trying to go under that the bus. And if you restart from the if you're down in those rapids down there, if you somehow fail that jump, when you restart the checkpoint, Ellie will be right in front of the way. I shit you not. And you have to do the up and X jump around her, and believe me, it took me like 15 tries to jump around her to get a good pace going with a sprint, because she was right in the way. That's the ultimate cock block. And there's no sexual puns about that or anything. I'm just saying she's in the way, and it's frustrating. So right here, I was pressing the X button, up and X, even though it says triangle. I don't even know why it says triangle if they're not putting QuickTime buttons in this game. I don't know why it's suddenly putting them in. Right here, I think you're supposed to look up with the camera, but maybe it's scripted for a few minutes before Ellie makes it to us. I'm not sure exactly. So tap the triangle button. Again, I'm not sure why they're putting QuickTime buttons in here. I guess because it's a cinematic, they're putting the QuickTimes in. You know, when you're in battles, they don't do it. So anyway, we're going to get Ellie, and it looks like she might be going to drown, but we're going to save her in time, obviously. But there's always that space of time when you're thinking, does she die? And of course she doesn't.